What we need to be able to do now is select those polygons that used to be the text object. That means first right-click on Boolean and convert it to an editable poly. Now we can open the modifier itself on the stack and click on Polygon to get into Polygon Sub-Selection mode. And you'll see the yellow square showing we're in sub-selection mode. That lets us know a lot of things aren't going to work right until we get back out of sub-selection mode again. Let's click the selection button and make sure we're making a square shape selection. Then let's right-click in the left view and select the polygons that used to be the text object. And if we right-click and then wheel in front view, we see the text polygon selected and ready for pulling out our text pattern. Still in polygon selection mode, with the text polygon selected, let's open the soft selection area on the Modify tab and check Use Soft Selection. Here's where you start to notice that lag, because after a couple of seconds, the entire front view shows as completely selected. The reason we've lost our text selection is because the default fall-off value is way too high. Setting that to 1 is still way too high. We want blue or even some white between the letters in the top view. Otherwise our text is going to be all run together and unreadable. 0.3 is looking better. 0.2 and 0.18. There, that should give some separation between the letters. What we are adjusting here is the degree to which the nearby polygons on our block's front face will be affected when we move the polygons that make up our text pattern. Now here's where we can accidentally stack up huge amounts of work for the processor. We're going to be moving our selected polygons away from the box's front face with the Move gizmo. The problem is that each time we move the gizmo and stop for a second, 3ds Max tries to do a screen redraw. With 200 polygons by 200 polygons, that takes so long, it's tempting to move the gizmo again and again. Each time the processor stacks up another complete redraw. The trick is to move the selected polygon once and then sit and wait for it to redraw. If it's not ideal, we'll move and then sit and wait again. So right-click in the left view, hit W to bring up the Move gizmo, and with that yellow horizontal stick, let's click, drag, and release. Now we wait. You can see over in perspective view that we're getting there. A bit further, I think. So click, drag, release, and wait. Perfect. There's a few variables that influence the soft selection, that pinch and bubble, but for our purposes, this is perfect. While we're still in polygon sub-selection mode, and we still have the old text polygon selected, let's hit delete. So if we click on editable poly again in the modifier stack, you see the yellow box disappear, and we're out of sub-selection mode. Let's collapse the editable poly modifier down, and right-clicking in camera view, then P to convert to perspective. Alt middle around, looks nice. And let's use C to get back to camera view.